Students, welcome to social science class. In this video we are going to learn about our Indian government. So in this video we are going to learn about the organization of the central government in India. We'll also understand the process of formation of government. We'll also learn about the features of the state government and the judiciary. Children, we the people of India, did you know that India is the world's largest democracy? Our government is run by the people of India. We go by the slogan of democracy, which is we the people, for the people and by the people. So now the question arises, what is a government? Can you define government? The group of people with the authority to govern a country or state. A particular ministry in the office is called a government. So what does the government do? It lays down rules and makes laws. It ensures that we live according to laws and follow all the rules. Now how does the government functions? The government functions at 3 levels. Level 1, the local government. Level 2, we have state government, and level 3, which is the topmost level, we have the central or the union government. Level 1, the local government, for the governance of the immediate community. So how does the local government functions? Urban and rural. Urban community are taken care by municipal council and the municipal corporation. Rural, again taken care by the 3-tier system for Gram Panchayat, which is a village level, Anchalik Panchayat, which is a block level, and Zilla Parishad at the district level. At level 2, we have state government. As you know, India is divided into number of states. So we have the state government in different state capitals for the governance of the states. The head of these states is the governor of each state, and we have chief ministers and council of ministers to govern the different states of our country. Level 3. It is the highest level. We have the central or union government. The union or central government functions from the Parliament House, which is situated in the capital of India, which is New Delhi. Now the question arises, what is the relationship between the central and the state governments? The Constitution has laid down the following responsibilities of the central and the state government. Central government take care of defense, relationship with other countries, and other aids to states. State governments look after the education, maintenance of law and order, and others. The union or the central government functions from the Parliament House. It is the main lawmaking body of the nation. The president is at the top with the office at Rashtrapati Bhavan. We have the Rajya Sabha, which is the upper house of the parliament, and the Lok Sabha, which is the lower house in the parliament. Lok Sabha is also the lower house or the house of the people. The maximum number of seats at Lok Sabha is 552, out of which 530 are the representatives from different states, plus 20 members are from the Union Territories and 2 from Anglo-Indian representation. As you know, India has different political parties which contest in the elections from different states of our country through direct elections. Children, remember, the members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people through the general elections. All Indian citizens above the age of 18 years cast their votes in the elections of the Lok Sabha. The members of the Lok Sabha are elected for 5 years. Any Indian above the age of 25 can contest the elections of the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is the highest lawmaking body in the country. Now let's talk about the Rajya Sabha. It is the upper house of the parliament, or the permanent house is called the Rajya Sabha. With a number of seats 250, out of which 238 are the elected members from different states and 12 members are nominated by the president. Remember children, this is called an indirect election. The members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the members of the state legislative assemblies. The members are elected for a term of 6 years. 1/3 of the members of the Rajya Sabha retire every 2 years and the new members are elected to replace them. So the Rajya Sabha is a permanent house which never gets dissolved. The Vice President of India is also the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. The President. Who is the most favorite president of our country? Yes, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And who is the current president of our country? Mr. Ramnath Kovind. Remember children, they function from the Rashtrapati Bhavan at New Delhi. The president is the head of the country. He is also the commander-in-chief of the Indian Armed Forces. He is elected by the members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the state legislative assemblies for a term of 5 years. The president resides in the Rashtrapati Bhavan. The vice president is elected for a term of 5 years. Now let's talk about the prime ministers and the council of ministers. As you know, India goes to general election after every 5 years. Different political parties across the countries contest in elections conducted by the Election Commission of India. The leader of the party which gets the maximum number of votes is invited by the government and becomes the Prime Minister of our country, and his office is for the period of 5 years. So students, who is the current Prime Minister of our country? Yes, Mr. Narendra Modi, and this is his group of ministers who assist him for the smooth functioning of his government. The judiciary. If any citizen of India feels that his or her rights are being violated or denied, he or she can approach to courts of justice. There are district court at district level, the highest court in the state is High Court, and the Supreme Court is at the highest court in the country. Its decision on any matter is final. So students, we can say the judicial bodies are called courts. The Constitution of India provides for establishing a judicial system which is independent of other branches of government. It protects the laws, applies them to settle disputes among the citizens or between the states, and provides justice. So students, this completes our lesson. Thank you.